They have their own sound, they have their own style. And these guys have done more in their teens than many bands do in a lifetime, performing with the who's who of the music world, including an appearance on the coveted Jules Holland show. The past couple of years for you have been pretty phenomenal for any band, but take me right back to where it actually all began for the Strypes.
Because we spent a lot of time in Evan's house growing up, we were sort of exposed to all the records from his parents' record collection. Naturally, you know, we're drawn to that.
Bands like Dr. Feelgood, Rockpile and 60 stuff like the Animals and the Yardbirds and punk stuff like the Clash and the Undertones. As we got into our teens, we got into the notion of probably forming a band and wanting to play gigs and, you know, the whole thing. The kind of music we play is very loud and fast, and live it kind of gets very hectic and very sort of, say, rock and roll.
You've been on Letterman, you know, you've been touring Japan, you've been doing all these amazing things. What's really stood out for you?
We did Glastonbury, we did the John Peel stage and kind of packed that out. And just being in the Glastonbury experience as well was fantastic, being there going, you know, this is just the Glastonbury. I don't know, it felt quite cool.
Are you enjoying it?
Very much so, yeah, fantastically. Yeah. You wouldn't, you know, trade it in for anything, but it's not like, you know, we're not walking around starry-eyed going, this is amazing. Yeah. We're going, this is really good.
Celebrity fans, Elton John, David Grohl, Noel Gallagher, Paul Weller. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Done studio work with Paul as well, which was great. You know,
Paul.
I know.
Paul. Made Pauls.
What else are we going to call him?
So I've heard that you get the phone call from Elton John inviting you over to his house for lunch.
Yeah. Had some chicken in his house. It was good.
Chicken?
Yeah. I think with everyone we've met, what we've found is that everyone's quite normal.
I think people that play in bands or act in films or whatever, I think they're just other human beings, so there's no point in making a big deal out of them.
If anything, it kind of validates it a bit as well, that you can go, you know, the people I'm a fan of are kind of, in some way, shape or form, a fan of what I do. They kind of, as I say, validate it and make you feel like, you know, you want to pursue it a bit more and have a, you know, career of it.
And are your plans to stay based living in Ireland?
Yeah, we're entirely happy just being ordinary people living in Cavan, and that's it. Then you go away for about 3 weeks playing, and then you come back, just living a kind of a yo-yo-like existence.
Is there a lot of female attention?
Just aunties and grannies and that kind of thing. There was one time we just met this girl backstage and she just couldn't speak to her, she was crying. There's absolutely no need to cry. Like,
it's a strange thing, because it's, you know, for like nobody's from Cavan really.
Listen there, lads, let's talk style.
Yeah, well, as you say, when you start a band, you think, you know, I'm going to play this kind of music, we're going to dress like this, we're going to be this kind of a band. Kind of, it's what you have to decide on.
A band should be as easily defined by its image as by its sound. So I mean, all the bands that we like generally have quite, you know, strong images. We're influenced by a bit by the Mods or the Teddy Boys or the Ska Boys, all that kind of thing. You know, like it just all feeds into, you know, looking at bands like maybe Dr. Feelgood always wore suits, or the Specials or the Clash.
In the main, we sort of shop in a lot of just normal stores, just high street stores.
Well, this jacket's from Rebirth of Cool, Levi's jeans, Docs, top man shirt, I think.
As you've gotten busier and kind of travelling more with the band and whatnot, have you found that the record label are bringing in stylists to work with you?
No, not at all. We just dress ourselves. I mean, yeah, I always think with bands, you're trying to portray an image of yourself, so why would you let somebody else do that?
Before you were in a band, you dressed yourself. When you're in a band, you can dress yourself.
You'd be surprised, a lot of people
I know, yeah, but then lots of people getting carried away with themselves. I'm in a band, I have to look professional. I get a professional to make me look professional. It's a bit of a perverse notion.
The Strypes are bringing their unique style on tour around Ireland this December. Check out their website for all the deets.